Hello everybody and welcome back to another video with the Bitblond, the craziest blonde in a world about crypto, perhaps in the universe. Anyways, happy new year. I hope you guys are doing incredible out there. I am back with an outlook and my personal opinion. How do I think the Bitcoin price is going to move on this first Q1 of 2026? How the Venezuelan entire news impacted the market today, what I'm personally looking at. So let's dive straight into the screen. All right, the current price of Bitcoin is currently playing out, and we see a small pump. Really, if you look into the 1 hour chart to the 4 hour chart, is not that huge as the entire market is talking about. However, the more we accumulate, the stronger the pump can be. Okay, so let's just wait at the moment. It's 6 o'clock here Dubai time, and I'm personally waiting to see how the market will close today to take my next decision, which is likely to be having a short position. Again, that would be only a short position, okay? Because I think that weekend pumps sometimes, can be a bit tricky, and the news could potentially just help the pump. But however, I believe we're going to retrace all the way back to the 200 EMA period. So I'll be looking into short that, but still, we have to wait. And if we move to the 4 hourly time frame, you can see that it's not that big of a movement. But if you zoom out and you realize we accumulated here, then rally. Accumulated here, so the rally will appear sooner or later for Bitcoin, okay? Regardless of whatever news is playing out there. Of course, we see a massive influence of United States in the markets, and of course the entire political thing can shake out decisions when it comes to oil, blah blah blah, trading. And unfortunately or fortunately, this is how the market is structured, and that's how we've been trading for a long time. Okay. Anyways, I'm not a very big fan of trading news, but I believe this is more for forex people. But either way, it's also influencing the crypto market itself. Okay, this is the entire market, guys. Anyways, if you like to trade news, good for you. I'm actually just waiting to see what the outcome will be. So this is the 4 hourly time frame. We're still going kind of sideways inside support and resistance. And as soon as we approach one more time, and if we don't make a breakout from here, I'm gonna make a short, which I think we're not even gonna walk all this way up. But however, it's still very early, and it's nothing I can do at the moment apart from waiting. Um, S&P 500, let's just refresh it. The S&P, it's very very correlated to Bitcoin, and it's kinda pumping, okay, too, because however the Americans have a very great sentiment today, and also the entire news I'm going to read in a second. However, I believe the first Q1 of 2026 could be a little bit bullish, and as I mentioned, if we keep consolidating, sooner or later we are going to see a rally. Okay, nothing lasts forever, and we've been going sideways, sideways, sideways for a long time. Even very boring and not much to do, but the time will come. It's imminent, yeah. But I just don't know when. Okay, when? That's the question that will give you a lot of money in crypto. So at the moment, if we just zoom out, you can see the previous consolidations and then rally, and here it's another one. And I am personally just trying to protect my capital and trade support resistance. That's pretty much it. This is why I've been very very focused on educational side instead only of trading wise. Okay. However, moving to the Cointelegraph latest article, according to Cointelegraph, today Bitcoin price is at 9K breakout hangs in balance as US storms Venezuela. Bitcoin halted a breakout to the new 2026 highs near 91,000 as BTC price action deal with the geopolitical tension while trade fight markets were closed, right? It's Sunday. And Bitcoin dropped below 90,000 on Saturday as crypto market reached the US military action in Venezuela. The key points Bitcoin attempts to hold recent gains as the US mounts on attack Venezuela's capital, Caracas. Traders remain optimistic about the outlook for BTC price action if certain levels hold. The gold starts to flag on a low time frames as Bitcoin gains tap 5% since Christmas. Okay, and also, December is not the best trading month at all. Anyways, the Bitcoin faces geopolitical pressure at 90,000. The data from TradingView show that BTC price action reversing after highs near 90,940 on BT Swamp. Here is the 1 hour chart sourced by TradingView. News that the US had launched airstrike in the Venezuelan capital were followed by a announcement of from President Trump on Truth Social, in which he said the Venezuelan president has been captured and flow out of the country. The truth details the Donald Trump posted that the United States of America has successfully carried out a large scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, along his wife, captured and flown out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with the US law enforcement. Details to follow. There will be a news conference today at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. Thank you for attention to this matter, President Donald Trump. So he's also using X as his own media, right? So he knows how to market himself very, very well. Besides that, with traditional market closed this Sunday, BTC USD attempt to preserve some early year gains. Sorry, guys. Ahead of the future returning Sunday, we've seen that some short term selling pressure due to the ongoing US against Venezuela, but I remain bullish in the near term. Analytics account wealth manager reacted in an X post and mention. If the situation doesn't escalate further, I view the move as temporarily pullback with a recovery likely soon. 96,000 to 100K remains my target for the coming days. So he's very bullish still, even more than me. But anyways, here is the screenshot and his opinion. Wealth management manager noted that the CME Group Bitcoin future market had closed the week above 90,000, potentially providing a new gap and corresponding price target to the upside. Crypto analyst Leonard Sinder agreed that March hinged on the return of the trade fight next week. There is a lot of geopolitical tension, and the next week, big players will return soon. So we'll probably see more volatility on Bitcoin after the weekend. And here is the screenshot provided by the trader on X. Crypto trader, analyst, and entrepreneur Michael van der Poop, meanwhile, described Bitcoin latest move as a classic Venezuela reaction, maintaining a bullish outlook. Okay, we don't know if that's only about Venezuela, but also that it's weakened. Okay, the direction is clear for January. Up we go as long as Bitcoin remains above the 221-day moving average. He concluded referring to the 21-day simple moving average at 87,850 and provided a screenshot. as well on X, sourced by TradingView. BTC price begins to avenge gold bull run, but also looked into Bitcoin relatively strong performance against the gold over the New Year period. Related to, however, another article, after reaching an all-time highs of 4,500 per once on December 26, the XRU slash USD fell by 6% before staging. At the same time, BTC USD gained up 5%. So yeah, 5% is considerable, but it's not like that crazy pump that we see in crypto. Yeah. An important thing to remember is that the last time Bitcoin started, its parabolic rally was after the gold made the top. Trading Analytics resource brutally comment on the topic. So if 4,550 was the top for gold, this could be the start of the money rotation for gold to BTC, and provided also a screenshot. And if you want, just go and have a look yourself. As Cointelegraph reported, gold finished 2025 as the year's best performing major asset, with Bitcoin conversely bringing up rare despite its all-time highs in October. However, guys, um, we have a couple of different opinions here, but let's go back to the price action. It's two. We have to wait to see. And I'm potentially think that it's a good time to short soon, okay? It's still like it's Sunday, you know. I'm not very fan of weekend pumps, but however, I'm not trading at the moment. I'm simply waiting to see the reaction. I might open a short tonight or maybe in one day. As soon as I see a solid top on the top of support, I'm gonna sell. However, if we break even, I'm gonna be so happy about it and I'm gonna buy on my next opportunity. And why I'm telling you that? I know most people are always over bullish, okay? I want you to understand something as a trader. You got to navigate both directions, and we have always something crazy going on the watch. I normally don't like to trade news. I wait for them. I see the reaction. Also, we have to consider that is weekend. However, I'm not gonna comment my personal opinion on what happened, okay? Because end of the day, it's all about profit, okay? Rather if it's on screen or off screen, okay? The entire world runs towards profits, all the countries. Anyways, so at the moment, I'm just waiting to see a beautiful top where I can sell or the next time I can buy. Okay, this is what I think. And overall, as I mentioned, the more we consolidate, the heavy the rally will be, and the rally will happen sooner or later during the Q1. I genuinely believe. So let's keep watching the consolidation phase and when we're going to break out the consolidation and take over. Long term talking, I'm still very strong on crypto. I believe it's one of the best assets out there. And yes, if you look into our politics, we are constantly in a massive trouble. So learn how to navigate, make profit, exit, take care of yourself. I'll see you guys soon on the next one. Bye bye. Vamos.